Welcome back to Class Farms, guys. Kai over here, reporting from Nuremberg, Germany at N4Stack Show, which is Europe's biggest defense, law enforcement, military show. And I really love this place. Now, I love SHOT Show. It's fantastic. But N4Stack, Germany, it's got a different vibe. And also, we see a lot of things that we normally don't see. Some of the stuff comes to the US later on, some of them don't at all. And that's a privilege for us to come out here and actually check things out and show them to you guys. So I'm gonna get in there, check out some brands, check out some manufacturers, see what's new, what's not, and show them all to you as much as I can. So let's get to it. All right, guys, here we are at CZ, and I've got Jan here with me. Dude, great seeing you.
Thanks for coming.
Absolutely, and you've got obviously something brand new this year, and it is the CZ Brand 3 here. Tell us all about it.
Yeah, actually it's been introduced last year in June, but anyway we have it here and we can have a closer look at it. And most of all to compare it with the previous Brand 2.
Yep.
So let's have it done. There are some major changes done on Brand 3. Generally speaking, the system is the same. It's piston-operated assault rifle. The one we are looking at right now is chambered in 5.56, which is the basic caliber. And some changes that we have done are visible from the outside directly, so we can get to it. The first one is the shape and the style of the buttstock. It is still made of highly durable polymer reinforced with carbon fiber, but we changed the shape of the cheek rest, which makes it more comfortable and easier and natural to find the line of aiming. It is still foldable and telescopic or retractable, let's say, but it has 4 positions. Previously there were only 3 positions. That's one of the big changes. Another one, your upper receiver. It is no longer monolithic piece. Now we have an upper receiver and an independent front hand guard.
Why did you guys decide to go away from monolithic?
Well, based on the reviews and feedback from the customers and the clients using the Brand 2, we followed up the idea, and the independent hand guard gives you more opportunities to customize the weapon accordingly to your needs and preferences. You got your standard Picatinny rail on 12 o'clock position, but 3, 6, and 9 o'clock positions are equipped with the M-LOK system. Yep. So yeah, it gives you more options.
That's world standard.
Yeah, exactly. Still, you can attach the Picatinny rail on the bottom and attach, for example, our excellent grenade launcher. I believe we're going to talk about that later on.
Yeah.
All right. Well, when looking at the weapon from the outside, you can immediately notice the QD attachment points, which are missing on Brand 2. And we can actually compare and have a look. So now take a closer look. Below there is a Brand 2. Obviously you can see the banana shape of the magazine. So this one, this one is chambered at 7.62 by 39. That's the typical shape of the magazine.
Like that would look a little weird for a 5.56.
Yeah, I got you. Anyway, all I have already mentioned, you can see now in a comparison. So monolithic upper receiver and the front handguard, missing QD attachments. Here you have them. Also notice this perforation, or let's say a track. It's missing here. So the issue with the Brand 2, because we offer our rifles either with the foldable telescopic buttstock or with the PDW style telescopic, like a shoulder support.
That.
Like that.
That is.
I like and you see the Brand 2, the previous model. You as a final client, you had to make the decision beforehand which of these 2 you want to have, because the upper receiver prepared for the foldable buttstock was not capable to handle the rails of the PDW style. But with Brand 2, we are trying to give you options to customize the weapon accordingly to your needs, like I said before. So every upper receiver of Brand 3 is already prepared for both options. Okay?
Okay, let me put this one down here. That is actually pretty cool. So you're able to just use this stock, or obviously telescoping like that PDW style, and just kind of use that. It looks pretty cool too.
Yeah, exactly. you might find some other changes and improvements if we take a closer look inside. Would you like to
Absolutely. So we'll just have a little cut and then open the inside, and then we'll be right back.
Yeah.
All right. So you got the bolt, and go and tell us about it, man.
Yeah, moving on, talking about the changes of brand 3 in compare with brand 2. So we need to have a closer look inside of the weapon. In my right hand, I'm holding a bolt carrier with a rotating bolt. So on the bolt head, you can see we added one more ejector. Maybe you would ask, why is that? Very simple answer would be, why not? I have said it already, I will say it again. All the changes we have done, they are intended to increase the user comfort and the reliability of the weapon.
Yeah.
So if we can increase the reliability with something as simple as putting extra ejector, why not to do it? The space for that was there, so here you have it.
Yeah, redundancy is a good thing. In this case, you're going to have that robust option right there.
Exactly.
That's going to eject, basically.
Exactly. Yeah, you got it. That's the point. Another thing made on the bolt carrier is this upper part. You need to take a closer look. Inside there is a kinetic mass which serves as a bouncing effect prevention. It's like a counterweight of the whole bolt carrier. So once you're shooting in a full auto mode and your bolt carrier travels to its front position, it might have the tension to bounce back, right? Which would cause a malfunction with the locking system of the bolt itself. So if once your bolt carrier reaches the front position and would be just about to bounce back, the kinetic mass inside keeps moving forward and will provide the time necessary for the bolt to lock into the barrel extension.
Like train cars. One train car starts, the other one behind it just pushes it. That's
very nice example.
Yeah.
Yes, and that's how it works.
Yeah. Wow,
and
that's really cool.
Last but not least, you can see the pin which guides the bolt and leads its rotation. Right? It has this flat pattern which needs to be let inside on a flat rail. With the brand 2, the rail was there, of course, as well, but it was an integrated part of the aluminum alloy upper receiver. And you have a steel pin sliding on aluminum rail, which could, after a certain period of time, look like worn out or whatsoever. It was nothing against the proper function, but we just decided to prevent any misunderstandings or whatever. So we added a steel rail which is caught in its position by those 4 screws that you can see on the left side of the upper receiver.
That is so cool.
It's a steel on steel and on replaceable, very easily replaceable part. So again, it's a change targeting reliability and user friendliness, I would say.
That is very good. And you were talking about additional calibers, because this is a 5.56.
Exactly, like I said, we offer brand 3 in 2 calibers so far. So far we talked about the 5.56, and we can have a look at the other one, which is 300 AAC Blackout.
Let's check it out. Obviously the other caliber looks like 300 Blackout to be integrated suppressor. Man, this thing looks amazing. Tell us about it.
Yes, it's amazing, indeed. And you said it yourself. This is still our newest brand 3, and like you said correctly, chambered in 300 AAC Blackout. This caliber we offer in 2 barrel lengths. Even though this one seems to be quite long, it's the shorter one.
Okay.
This is a 7-inch barrel only, and the rest of what you can see is an integrated suppressor.
Okay.
So you can probably imagine that together in combination with use of subsonic ammunition, this is an ideal setup for special units dealing with CQB, covered operations, all the situations when lowering of the sound is a must. You need to hide your flash on the muzzle, and I don't probably need to talk about how much you increase the shooter's comfort because the behavior of the weapon is super smooth, like a butter. It's really very nice to shoot. This particular one is equipped with the PDW style telescopic buttstock with 4 positions to adjust accordingly to your height and also the gear that you are wearing. One very good feature that I would like to talk about is the ambidextrous charging handle, because you probably know that it's been like that since the Brand 2.
Yeah.
We always do ambidextrous controls, but the charging handle was usually on one side only. It is very easily swappable to the other side. If you are a left-handed shooter, you want to have it on the right side, or even if you are a right-handed shooter and you just like to have it on the right side whatsoever. So it's very easily, without any tools, during the basic disassembly. You can do it within a minute, but yeah, why not to increase the comfort of the final user? Again, that's all we focus on. So finally we have ambidextrous charging handle, and it makes it fully ambi right from the factory.
Yeah, and I see that one of them is collapsible and the other one isn't, right?
No, the other one is not collapsible. It's like that. Nevertheless, in either option, in either version, it is swappable. Even like this, it's swappable, and it does not reciprocate during shooting. You only charge it once, and then it stays in the front position.
Good to go. And guys, this weapon system right here in 5.56 specifically has been in a conflict in the last 3 years and did so well. In fact, nowadays, if you look at modern weapons out there, I would say the Bren 2, right? Bren 2 has been, CZ Bren, let's just say, has been in combat, actual daily active conflict for the last 3 years. And it's done so freaking well, where the customer asked actually 50,000 more units. Yeah. And that is incredible. Yeah. That just shows a lot about this weapon system. It doesn't just look pretty, and that's it. Everything also is functional. Yeah. It's insane. It's insane, and it appears that this specific customer is going to have this weapon system as their primary weapon system because they trust it. Yeah. They are very well trained on it. Absolutely. And obviously it's easy. Yeah, you said it. Yeah, I've said it myself many times already. We focus on increasing of the reliability. Why we do it is because we reflect the feedback from the field. Yeah. And like you said, when we talk about the field, it's an actual war. So unlike some competitors, let's say, we really can say that our weapons are battle proven, and reflecting the feedback from a battlefield, we know what is necessary to be done to increase the reliability and the comfort for the user. Yeah, and I got last question. I was going to ask this earlier, but you know, we got carried away with something else. You guys went from a monolithic design to a non-monolithic design, so you added obviously a handguard rail over here. So does that affect any zero shift when people want to attach their lasers or whatever? No. No, so no. Have you guys tested that? That's exactly why it's there. So you can very easily attach D-ball, any other devices accordingly to the needs of your task and whatsoever like that. Yeah. That is fantastic. I was really curious about that. All right, availability in the United States. I will switch you to the sales department. I mean, I really don't know. Yeah, that's. I've already asked that, guys, and I just wanted to ask again over here. It doesn't seem like it's going to be anytime soon, but maybe the comment section, you guys can just destroy the comment section. Just simply tell CZ, we want this in the United States. I promise you, CZ, even the top guys, will be watching this video. So comment as much as you can. I'm asking you because I want this gun. So, and I know you do too. So do that, please. And Jan, thanks a lot for your time, man. Appreciate it. Thanks for stopping by. Thank you. Oh, dude, come here. What's up? You told me we were going to talk about this. Yes. We forgot about it. Sure, okay, so grenade launcher. Yeah, it's our grenade launcher, our own, our own product. Yeah. And you know what? Yeah. Let's leave this one here and let's move on a little bit. Wait. Oh, you got a standalone one.
Yes, yes. Believe or not, it is the same thing.
That actually looks pretty cool.
Yes, yes, it is cool. It's very simple, very lightweight, as you can see, very compact. It has again the PDW style buttstock, telescopic one with 4 positions.
Yeah. That is cool, man.
You have your QD attachment, so you can use it like you said, stand alone on the sling. Nevertheless, yes, you have iron sights. The basic option right now, it's a setup when you shoot to the distance of 50 meters. But if you want to go further, you just flip this up and you increase the angle a little bit. And to operate it, it's as simple as it can possibly be. It has a manual safety, which is CZ weapon, of course, ambidextrous, both for right-handed and left-handed shooter. It has a drop trigger safety, and the trigger itself, it's let's say double action, which is also a very important feature. So in case of malfunction during a first try of firing, you can give it another try. Maybe you know, in the battlefield you need to use you need to use what you got. So yeah, remember I told you that that thing over there and this thing are the same. So I'm gonna prove you it's like that.
All right. Oh, you're gonna take stuff. Okay.
Yes.
Well, thanks to YouTube. We'll have a little cut and then we'll be right back. And we are back. All right. So there you go. That was a little magic. You see how fast that was? I did. I know you didn't. So, dude. Okay. So this is where the magic happens.
Yes,
so I don't. Yeah.
Exactly. So
Wait. Let me ask you a question.
You got your Picatinny rail here. The other part, the connecting part, on top of the frame of the grenade launcher itself.
Yeah.
And that's how it goes. Yeah.
Can you close this, right, or no?
You can close it even.
So that means theoretically, okay, if you close it, theoretically you just basically, there you go.
Yeah.
So yeah, can you hold this?
Sure.
So I could just like.
It would not be very comfortable, but it actually would be possible. Yes.
Hey, what do you concealed carry? Well, this is my concealed carry.
Just one. Just one.
Oh, that's why I only get one?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm just doing it redundancy so it goes off.
Yeah.
In case it doesn't. This is actually really cool, dude.
Cool, right?
This really is very, very cool. Dude, thanks a lot, man. Appreciate your time.
You're welcome.
Yep. All right, here we are with B&T, obviously. My friend Sebastian over here with us. They've got something new this year, and it is the APC-9. That's not all that new, but there's something new about it. So, Sebastian, thanks for having us, man, and have at it. What do you got?
Thank you, Kyle. So, you might know the APC-9K from the US Army subcombat weapon program, and which fortunately we won a couple of years back. This is a little bit different version. We have a laser ammo training bolt, which allows you to show, there it is, to train with your exact weapon. Just replace the bolt and have a trigger cable to actuate it. And that works with all different models of the APC. Doesn't matter if it has a suppressor or not, or which length. And speaking of length, another project we did, since this whole platform is modular, we worked on something in conjunction with the ammo company RWS. So what they have been developing is a very light and fast 9mm that actually defeats soft body armor. And in order to increase the performance, they needed as much barrel as they could get. So this one is made to bridge the gap between a short-barreled 5.56 or 300 blackout and a 9mm carbine. So
basically, this is. So I get it. So they're using 9mm, which is the NATO caliber, obviously most commonly used pistol caliber. Get a little longer barrel, get some velocity out of it a little bit, and give you that armor piercing capability. When it comes to armor piercing, we were talking about level 3A soft body armor, and. So that all makes sense, okay, in conjunction with the ammo and getting that little extra barrel, all makes sense. But why? Like, who asked, you said like 5.56, short barrel 5.56, 300 blackout. That's the police or military, whatever. Why do they want an armor-piercing 9mm? Well, do you know anything about that?
There's several issues at play. So, on the one hand, there's a lot of police units that don't have access to unrestricted ranges. So some of them are pistol caliber only. So police officers have to train regularly, as you know, and so they have an easier time shooting a 9mm than they have a 223. The other thing is you have the compatibility, so they can use the same ammo in the pistol as well. This one actually is a version for Glock Mag, so you could use even the same magazines as in your pistol. And with the new longer barrel and the specific loading, you get about 730 joules out of this barrel length. And they tell me even out of the short, our just over 6-inch barrel, they already can defeat soft body armor. So with this barrel length, it will defeat the armor at 75 meters. And with the shorter barrel, obviously maybe at 50, a little shorter range there.
Okay, so that makes sense. So 9mm is not restricted. Anybody can go, pretty much any ranges will accept the 9mm for you to shoot. So that makes sense for police officers in their own time going out there and just training extra. And I'm assuming, we were talking about it a little earlier with Sebastian, those rounds are going to be extremely fast, like lighter weight, like your good old 9mm, 115 grain, 124 grain. They're traveling, I don't know, somewhere around 1,100 feet per second, maybe 12-ish, let's just say in that neighborhood. And this one specifically, I know you're not the ammo person, but they're the RWS, they're working on the 1,500 feet per second, 100 grain projectile that's specifically designed for this, and that'll beat a level 3A. That's very interesting. I actually really want to see that. That's pretty cool. I really want to see that. Dude, when it comes to ballistics, I love it.
In the back, you want to try it out?
Yeah. It's not a Shogun, right? Yeah, I would love to try it. So the APC-9, what's the barrel length on this one?
It's 305 millimeters or 12 inches.
Okay. Is that going to be available in the United States?
Well, it can be made to order. So this is at this point is a prototype. We want to sell it obviously to professional users, and the thing about the APC platform is we can basically change out every part. For example, our regular receiver, as you see here, let me show you, for our own magazines or the Glock magazine lower, they can be interchanged. Both guns will work with both receivers. So with the upper, it's just for you guys a different upper. It's a serialized part, so for the US it would be your own gun, but we can basically customize a solution for every mission, for every user. And this is just one of the examples. This is not like a finished product that we're already selling, so it's just a way of communicating what this platform is capable of. So ballistically, as well as like with the modularity. And another point why this platform is specifically great for a higher power cartridge is our hydraulic buffer system. So this one is semi-auto, of course, but even if you had a full auto version, it would be still controllable with this high pressure load. So you get about, about 1.5 times the energy of a regular 9mm out of the same platform while still having it being controllable.
Yeah. So, no, that's really cool. And speaking of that hydraulic buffer system, like we have the APC 308.
Yes.
And Ryan knows, everybody knows, I love shooting that thing when compared to other platforms because you really do feel that hydraulic buffer system working. Because sometimes companies just put stuff in the car, in their guns. It's there, but you don't really feel it. With this gun, you absolutely 100% feel it. I love it. No, this is pretty cool, man.
The heavier the bolt, the more you notice it.
That's right. Yeah.
Actually, incidentally, this one has a little bit heavier bolt, but it still works with regular ammunition. Yeah.
Like, you don't want that. Like, that bolt's coming back real fast. If there's nothing there, you really do feel it right in the shoulder. Right in the shoulder. That felt recoil is significant. With this one, you can just tell it's just very, very soft.
Gentle push.
Gentle push, exactly. I know, like, this is really cool. I look forward to seeing what's going to come out of this one. And I know you guys are doing this for the government, the police, obviously.
We're hoping on tenders, but we don't want to jinx it yet.
Yes. Yeah. I'm sure you guys are great. I'm sure you guys will do something good with it. What else? I know we were talking about something else. Another weapon system that something like SPR 300. Yeah. And here we are. What do we got, man?
All right. So this is the new SPR 300 Mini. It's basically a chopped-down version of our regular SPR 300. And with this, we also went from the original aluminum suppressor to a titanium 3D printed suppressor. We increased the diameter to have a lot of volume, so this gun is really quiet. We're talking well below 120 decibels, and that means basically airgun quiet. So
wow,
this is barely more than a suppressed 22.
I got a question. Have you shot it yet?
Yes, I did, and I love it. Well, this sample not so much because it's a show sample, but actually the earlier prototype I did shoot. It's so quiet.
Man, I love it. So it's obviously a bolt gun, right? We got this bolt gun with a giant suppressor from you guys. And 300 blackout. I mean, that's, you guys got the integrated suppressor 300 blackout gun over there.
Yes.
That is the quietest freaking 300. It has to be the quietest 300 blackout, but I don't think this is going to be much louder. Should be right around that neighborhood.
It shouldn't be. Especially with subsonic ammo, which is very good for short barrels.
Yeah.
Let me tell you a fun story about like 3D printed suppressors. So I work with suppressors a lot. I did testing for other companies, well-known companies. So I had a certain set of numbers. I knew you never get better than X. And one day a colleague came down from the testing range. He said, "See, I have this AR, short barrel AR, 10.5 inch, with a printed suppressor, and it's like over 30 decibels. Like, that can't be right. Check your measuring equipment." And he said, "No, I'm sure." And next day I go do it myself, and sure enough, he's right. And similar thing with this. What we are able to do with the Printex is basically use our star baffles, which we have used for a long time, a little bit optimized for printing as well as performance, and have them basically in one integral piece. Meaning, I can build it lighter and optimize it. It's just another level of performance, and not just the geometry, but also with the materials, with Inconel and titanium. You get either a really, really lightweight can, which we reinforce with a Inconel insert. We have just patented or applied for a patent for this Inconel insert. And with the pure Inconel, obviously you get performance like you can put it on a machine gun for 700-800 rounds and it doesn't blink. And I'm just blown away what 3D printing can do nowadays.
Yeah, I mean, think about it, Mike. You can design to the most minute little details, right? And it'll just print it for you. That's a lot of companies are going to that route, and I think it's here to stay for sure. So, this is a new can, right?
Yes,
you guys just
specific to that project.
Yes, and was this a shot show? No.
No. The shot show one was an integral one, but that went all the way over barrel, but was a little slimmer.
Yes.
So what we know is that an over-barrel suppressor, the volume behind the muzzle barely contributes compared to the volume in front of the muzzle. So you want to have most of your volume in front of the muzzle to maximize suppression. Excuse me. And this is why we opted for this option, and we also use our standard Mars QD system, which is a QD. Sorry, this one is tightened a lot for the show, which is just a regular flash hider underneath, thread and cone.
And this is your mounting system is obviously your standard QD.
This is a BNT. This is a BNT. One of many, actually. If you look at it, we have several different mounting systems. So if you order it, this is a hub-compatible suppressor. You could use any other coupling if you'd like.
Perfect. No, that's really cool. So, is this going to be available in the United States as it is?
The current available version is the one with the integral. I don't know about this specific suppressor, but in theory they can print the very same stuff we print. So
over there,
our guys in Tampa use the same machines, the same powder, obviously the same drawings. So they should be able to do it.
Yeah. Well, That's really cool. Wow, I love this thing. I actually really want to try this one, and which I know we'll get our hands on over when we get back home, but really want to try that one. This sounds incredible. That's it, man. Sebastian, thanks all for your time, bro. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yep. All right, guys, here we are at N4STAC 2025, and we're at Glock's booth, and we've got the Glock 46 here. This different looking Glock, which we did a video on it last year, and you guys showed a lot of interest. There's a slight update to this, which it may be slight, but I think it is a huge deal. But before I get there, I'm gonna tell you guys a couple of things about it. Now, the back part of it over here, in case you guys haven't seen our video, this one is not a switch. I know some of you guys see this thing like, what is that thing? This is to actually disassemble this gun because it has this rotating barrel. I'm gonna demonstrate that real quick so you guys see it. Exact, that's a rotating barrel. And last year our complaint with this gun was it had a super heavy trigger. It was really bad. But you know, the German police actually requested that. They had real specific criterias, and the Glock obviously met that. But this year they went ahead and actually dropped this thing and just basically turned it to a regular Glock, your good old 5-6 pound regular Glock trigger. Also compatible with the Glock's performance trigger, which is absolutely huge. And currently the Glock, well, not Glock, German police forces are using this. Over 10,000 of them delivered already. So that's it. We wanted to give you guys this update. Glock 46 rotating barrel, different looking thing, and used by the German police right now accepting the Glock performance trigger and regular trigger. Now let me show you the trigger real quick before I move on to something else over here. Now, rotating barrel, this is a clear gun obviously, the show guns. Right here, a wall, and then good old regular Glock trigger, and then have it real cool, like very short, I mean decent reset. That's it. That's Glock 46, and now Glock has some other stuff. Obviously, we've got the Gen 5 Glock 26 here, and if you guys are used to this thing, Glock 26, Glock 27, they're actually known as the baby Glock. And they had the finger grooves. In this case, not at all. Right here, good old Gen 5, cool looking thing. I'm a fan of no finger grooves, so this is pretty cool. And obviously MOS. So there is that. And the other one is obviously this all new Glock's Hunter Edition. You guys see this? It's terracotta to green, threaded barrel, suppressor attached to it, obviously, and some cool sights with Aimpoint Koa on top of it. And there's some other changes to this when compared to a regular Glock, and which we're going to get to. Actually, we have released a video, specific standalone video on this gun and this light over here from Glock. You guys check that video out, that's already out. But so you'll have obviously more details there. But we've got this Hunter's Edition. It looks like the Glock 19X a little bit, but it is not. It's got the 10mm availability as well from Glock 20. Also, this Glock's light. Now, I haven't seen a Glock light, but this is actually pretty cool. It's got this push on, push off option. Also, like if you press this on the side, on and off. Also, there's another attachment here that comes with this light. You can actually push from the rear towards the front and activate and deactivate. It's got 600 lumens and some pretty decent amount of candela. Again, the details will be on the standalone video. Definitely check that out. There it is, guys. Glock's new Hunter Edition pistol, and clearly it's got the performance trigger, which I absolutely love. That's about it. All right, here we are at Unity. I've got Hallie over here.
Hi, good to see you, Kyle.
Great seeing you again, as always. Feels like it just one year just passed by like this.
Yesterday, it's one of my favorite shows of the year.
That's right.
Yeah.
And one thing that's different though, you've got something brand new for this show specifically, but before we get there, you got something else that you unveiled at SHOT Show.
Yeah, so for those of you who weren't able to make it to SHOT Show this year, we launched our Recce mount. Okay. It's the first time that Unity has made a mount at 154. So this is a big deal for us. Yeah. You know, it's really meant for intermediate to long range options. It comes in a 30, 34, or 35 millimeter. 35. For the 35s, we know there's some fans out there.
Loophole guys.
Yep, but it's compatible with all of our fast modular accessory suite, so your offset optic base. There's an optional diving sounding board. So if you want to run your laser rangefinder on the front, you're seeing the optional MRDS top ring, so you can run your micro red dot at 12 o'clock. But other than that, not much to it. It's what you know and love from us with Unity mounts, all the strength and speed. And but at 154, we're coming at it.
I got a quick question about that, though, and then I'm going to move on to the whole brand new thing.
Sure.
What happened? Like, why did you guys feel the need to make that?
Well, it was asked of us by a soft requirement. So there was a unit that came and said, "Hey, your mounts are the only ones we can't break. So we'd like you to make this for us." And we said, "Okay, then."
All right, I have a feeling I may know those guys, but all right, let's move on to the other product.
Yep. So this one actually also came as a result of a soft requirement. So had a unit that needed this functionality, but this is called the Acheron XL, which is really exciting. It's the third now switch in our Acheron family. So now you've got 2-button option, the original Acheron, single button option with Acheron SL, and then the 3-button option now with Acheron XL. So it's really at this point, more variations will come, but at this point it is only compatible with the NGOL.
Okay.
And it gives you a third button for visible override functionality. So it's the first time that this has been around. So rear button is always vis override. So no matter what the laser is set to functionally or physically on the unit, it will fire the visible laser. The center flat button is mode select. So whatever the laser is programmed to physically, it will fire in that mode. And then the angled button, you've got 3 different options, and however you'd like to purchase it. So it can either be light only, momentary and constant, or you can do sync options where it'll fire white light and laser, and you can choose between doing that in mode select or vis override. So brings a ton of functionality. And a crazy thing is, like, you remember our original tap switch, right?
Yep.
Came out in 2014. So that was a 2-button switch, flat. You couldn't. I mean, it was a great switch at the time.
Yeah.
But
at the time, yes.
right? It's 2025. It's been a decade. So this with 3 buttons is actually a full inch shorter than the tap switch. So you know us, smaller, lighter, faster, stronger. That's what we're always trying to do. So we're pretty excited about this.
Yeah. I'm really excited about this, and I know a specific person at the office who's going to be very excited about this too. And his name maybe starts with J. Gayson? Yeah, Gayson. That's it. Yeah. I'm sorry, Jason. He's going to be really excited about this. But this vis override, it makes so much sense. Of course, you know, you got to point out something, and that's really cool. And it's so funny that this is an inch shorter than the 2014 model. That just shows how much we've evolved. Like, you know, Unity has evolved as a company. But you guys are killing it out there.
Thank you. And it's exciting to see, you know, as more and more laser companies bring that functionality to their lasers, which I'm excited to see. You'll see more variants of this for more companies, great companies like B.E. Myers and others.
Absolutely. That is really cool. And availability-wise, obviously this is first for the military, but
it's actually shipping on our website now. So if you have an NGOL and you want to buy it today, go get it.
What about the mount too?
Been available since January. Go get it.
Guys, you heard it. Allie, thanks a lot. Appreciate your time.
Thanks, Kyle.
Yeah,
Always
check.
good to see you.
Absolutely, always great seeing you. Check out Unity. We love them, and you know what? Also check out CF Contest, because whenever we do some stuff, there's some Unity stuff involved there. So, anyways, guys, we'll see you on the next one. All right, guys, here we are at Zastava again, and we are with Snežana from Zastava, and she's going to tell us something really cool today. Show us this product, which is the Serbian Special Forces rifle, which is really cool. So, Snežana, thanks for having us here.
Thank you.
And tell us about this gun.
This gun is based on Kalashnikov system, as also all our assault rifles. What is the characteristic? The characteristic is that in the same caliber, modular system is involved. So by changing the barrel, you can get assault rifle, and with the short barrel submachine gun in the Serbian terminology. Caliber is 5.56 NATO caliber, and we use NATO Steyr magazine.
PMags, yeah.
Yes.
Which is really good.
All other characteristics are same as our previous model M19. Cocking handle is ambidextrous, non-reciprocating type. Kalashnikov system is the base of the rifle. We have a folding stock on the right side and the full-length Picatinny rail.
Got you.
Yes.
So this is really cool, and I see that you guys got key mod attachment system here, which I know a lot of people will talk about, hey, why is it not M-lock? And I actually just talked to these guys off camera, and all of their guns, basically, if they have a rail attachment system, it's key mod. It looks like the Serbian military works with key mod at this point. So there's that, but you got this Picatinny mounting option here for you to attach, I guess, grenade launchers, or you want bipods, whatever, up here. Really cool, and there's also you guys have a shorter barrel, like you said, machine gun, which is their like fully automatic style for more like CQB stuff, which is right there. And this is a 16-inch, so that the other one's like 8-inch. I really like the ergonomics on this one because it's like AR-15 ergonomics, but yet AK-47 system.
Yes, it is a AK-47 system. Yes, but it
Ergonomically,
yes, is very, very good as all our weapons here.
Exactly. No, this is, I really like it. Like to go over it, Snezhina, and you told me some stuff off camera. If we look at this, guys, so we've got this folding stock that's also adjustable, right? And the Serbian Special Forces specifically asked for that. Again, the AK system, so you don't need a buffer tube. You kind of attach your little 1913 style stocks back there. We've got this ambidextrous safety 3-position. Obviously, it's a military gun right there. It's a little bit robust, but pretty thick on either side. We've got the traditional AR style bolt release, bolt lock right there. It is not ambidextrous, so it's just on this left side. AR style magwell with a PMag, so you can use a PMag. Obviously, it's 5.56, and it looks like this one piece monolithic upper right here, so you're not going to have any zero shift. It looks pretty freaking cool. And mag release button is basically the same as just a good old AR. It is ambidextrous, so it's on both sides. And when I look at the trigger, let me show you this, and I apologize, I'm trying to work the mic at the same time. This trigger guard is a little bit big, like up front, so if you have mittens or whatever, gloves, you can get in that trigger. And it's curved trigger. I'm actually surprised. Personally, I think it's a little bit too curved, but maybe that's what the Special Forces over there want specifically. Okay, so this is your little, without any tool, you actually...
It's an exhibition model, and we protect for transport, so it is locked here. Yes, fixed here.
So they have it fixed over here, but and honestly, because of YouTube, we can't really show it anyways. So you just basically press this and slide this over, and you're able to remove the barrel and then go and swap it out. And that is pretty awesome. I really like this thing. Overall, obviously, front side post, rear side post, and that is it. So I really like this. So this is for Serbian Special Forces.
Yes.
And you obviously got your M19 for the Army,
yes.
right? So if you guys look at the M19 from last year, that is 6.5 Grendel and also 72x39. It looks pretty cool, but looks pretty close to just an AK-47, right? But if you look at this thing, this actually changes the game a little bit differently. It goes to a PMag and the Scar-like. I was gonna say it, but Ryan, hey, you know what? You're right. It's Scar-like thing and modern, exactly.
Yes.
That's really, really cool. So is this being fielded right now? The Special Forces are using this right now?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
The rifle passed the final testing in factory, and is involved in Serbian Special Forces.
Gotcha. That is really, really cool. And obviously, I'm going to ask the question anyways, right? Availability in the United States?
Not for now.
Okay. I knew that answer. I just wanted to ask anyways. So, well, Snezhina, thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right, here we are at Steyr, and I've got Nicholas with us. Dude, thanks for having us, man.
Thank you for stopping by.
Absolutely. And you've got some cool stuff, something that is not available in the United States, but it is here, and it is this bad boy right here. Tell us all about it, man.
Thank you very much. So it is not yet available in the US. This is our DMR, which is now a staple product We have reference customers with special force police units using the rifle already. So what we have here is a 16-inch. We have the 16-inch variant here. We have a adjustable gas system. We have a non-reciprocating charging handle, which is located in the front of the gun, which is fantastic. You do not have to break your aim. You can aim down sight, stay on target, track the target, and do your mag changes and all that.
It doesn't get in the way too. It kind of looks like you can just get a good grip on this thing.
You can.
Yeah.
You can. And you do not have to use it once you hit your initial loading, right? You can use all the interfaces. They're ambi, so you have all the controls here for mag release and bolt release. And there you go. Sorry.
Oh, you're good.
You have it here as well. You have the AR safety, which for you AG nerds out there, we can flip out for crossbolt safety.
Okay.
We have our proprietary pistol grip on there. But you can mount any. It's an AR interface. We have an AR trigger in there, an AR-10,
so
adjustable.
It's like you can use other triggers, AR type triggers, or no?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay, very good.
And a special thing about this rifle is you can put it on safe when it's decocked. So this is, I think, a very, very unique feature, which was a big thing for the police forces, because they need that. And then in Europe here, it's standard that you can put your rifle on safe when it's decocked.
Yeah, I've always kind of disliked that, you know what, once you press the trigger, you want to go back on safe, and you can't. Because I'm one of those people, like, if I'm not on target, if the gun is going down, whatever, let it hang, whatever, I want that gun unsafe, psychologically, also muscle memory, training-wise. And when I can't, it kind of makes me feel weird. So I love that you guys did that. You know, so that's good.
That is, and thankfully we achieved that. It was a bit of a challenge, but we love challenges, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Something else that we have, a folding stock. So it folds to the right side, so you have one clean side, which you can back carry it then. It's a closed system, so you can definitely operate the rifle with the stock folded, and it does not lock into place. So you have a bit of a margin there to play the stock to wiggle, which is intended. So you can reach all the controls, which is fantastic. So you can go in there even with gloves, or you can mount a slightly wider stock. You have all the options, and if you need the stock, you just pop it back out, and there you go.
Dude, very cool. I love it. And I love how stylish it is too. Besides the efficiency, I really like the M-LOK rail up here. It just looks so freaking cool. And you guys got the BNT can up there, which I love.
Awesome. It is fantastic. Here you go. Yeah. We'll change places. You hold it and I hold the mic.
All right, let me try this thing out a little bit. So, weight-wise, this is nice.
3.9 kilos.
Very nice. Whatever that is, put that on the screen, please. We don't know. We're from America, dude. What is that, a kilo? Is it edible? Like, what is it?
It's roughly 76 donuts, and please somebody weigh that out. I might be accurate on this.
76 donuts. I like. Now I get it. Okay, that means it's probably 10, 12 pounds. All right.
107 comfortable.
That's funny, dude. I want to try out the charging handle. Oh, this is smooth action. Really smooth.
It is.
Wow.
And now go ahead and try the decocking and the putting it back on safe.
Okay, so love it. That is actually pretty cool, and I like the ambi look. Just it's super
there for your finger. You can reach it.
Wow, I love it. This is cool, and this is not available in the United States. This is
not yet, unfortunately.
German military or police have a contract with this.
So currently we have 2 police forces in Central Europe.
Okay.
And we hope more to come. We have it. We also have it with a longer barrel length with a different twist rate. Only available on the Milio market right now. But we're looking into bringing this onto the civilian market as well. Perfect.
Caliber-wise, this is 72 by 51.
Yeah.
Are you guys planning on maybe different calibers like 6.5 Creedmoor or anything like that?
So this is in the plans and actually in testing, and we're looking at the performance and the getting the gases right on this, because you want, first of all, it needs to be sustainable and repeatable, and this is those challenges that we will work around because on this we have sub-mower performance, and we want to keep this with the 6.5 as well, and really deliver a good package.
Very cool. And I love the adjustable gas over here, gas system. Just you got your suppress and unsuppress, just like the AUG you're talking about, which we're about to check out something new over there. But overall, I really like it. And I have one last question for you. Well, I got two questions. First one, MSRP, pricing,
So, and in the European market, it sits roughly at 4.8, depending on where you live. We have varying VAT tariffs, but in Austria, it would be somewhere 4.8. 4.8, so 4,800.
I see, okay.
Yeah.
And last question, do you want to switch jobs because you're handling that mic a lot better than I do?
Cut.
All right, Nicholas, so now we got the 72x39 AUG.
Yeah.
Which I've never seen before. Let us know in the comment section if you guys have ever seen this. It's pretty cool. Tell us all about it, man. Give us some information.
So this is our welcoming gift to our Eastern friends and the lovers of 7.62x39. This obviously is the full auto variant for military and law enforcement. But we're looking into bringing this into a semi-auto platform and making it available on the civilian market. It's got the nice banana waffle.
Yeah.
There you go.
That is cool.
Where have you seen this one?
Never.
Ever.
And then?
Just pop it back in.
Look at that, guys. You're not rocking that thing. It just goes right in, which is how it should be at all times.
It is an AK caliber.
Okay.
With the precision of an AUG, with the reliability of an AUG and the ruggedness of an AK.
That is, I like that explanation. The ruggedness of AK and the reliability of Steyr, obviously AUG, right? The barrel, the gas is the gas adjustable? What is it?
It is. It has the standard AUG features really. Adjustable gas port, 20-inch barrel. We theoretically could downsize it, but why?
Yeah.
It's fun. You have all the barrel length. You can really get the good groupings out of it. It smokes hella when you shoot it because that cartridge is just so crazy as compared to other cartridges that we have like 5.56 300 Blackout and 9x19 on the AUG. It is fun to shoot. It doesn't kick a lot. It's like a steam train rolling.
Yeah, dude. I love overall AUG. Really very well balanced bullpup, which I love.
Yeah.
Most recently, we did a video top 5 bullpups. If you guys haven't seen it, definitely check it out. You're gonna see AUG in there, and you're gonna see why exactly we put AUG in that video. I'm not gonna tell you here, so check out that video. And with that being said, check out our standalone video with Nicholas, the AUG itself, the 72x39. We go deep into this platform, why they did it, all of that stuff. So definitely check that thing out. Nicholas, thanks a lot for your time, man.
Thank you very
Appreciate
much.
you.
Have a good show.
Yep. All right, here we are at Mac, and I've got Jem over here with us. Thanks for having us, man. Appreciate it. Absolutely. And they've got some, thank you. They've got some really cool stuff here, and it is called Mac Trigger, which, guys, freaking awesome. And tell us all about it. And there's something else that we're going to talk about. It's over there, but we're going to talk about the triggers first.
Sure.
So, Jem, have at it, man.
Yep. So here we have our Mac Trigger DRS. This is our top of the line trigger. It is adjustable. You can adjust the trigger weight. You can adjust the reset length. You can just put the small pressure point just before the trigger drops, and you can adjust it however you want. And it's very easy to remove and assemble. Okay. You just have 2 tightening screws. You just remove the pins and you just drop the trigger inside. You don't need to remove anything else.
You have to remove the safety or no?
No, you don't have to remove the safety.
Okay.
You don't have to remove the grip. You just have to remove the factory trigger, and then you just put this R's in, and it's good to go.
Wow, that is actually huge, because normally you remove the safety, and in order to remove the safety, you got to remove the grip, right? Remove the grip, detent, safety, then you do your drop-in. So this is huge. It's going to save a lot of time, and it's adjustable, you said, right?
Yep, you can adjust the trigger weight, you can adjust the reset length, and you can just put the pressure point, as I mentioned. And yeah,
that's it.
That's it.
So you have, obviously they've got the flat face. Some folks like it. Some of the SOCOM guys I know like flat face. Some of the PRS people like it, but also there's curved option right here. Now, there's something really cool here, guys. You can actually remove, like if you didn't want the curved trigger, you wanted the flat trigger, you can actually pop one pin. That's it, right? It's this one?
This one.
Yeah, this pin right here. You just pop it out, and this trigger basically falls out, right?
Yep, you can replace it, put the pin back in, and it's good. You are good to go.
So that's it, really. Like so, pop this pin out, this thing comes out. You basically put the flat one, whatever, up, and then line it up with that hole, and then put the pin back in. That's it.
Yep, that's it. And also one more cool feature about this one, you can put your rifle into safe position, no matter of the hammer position.
Oh, okay. So
if it's cocked or not, you can put it into safe.
So it goes on safe regardless. That's actually really good. I love that. I love that feature. Okay, so let me actually quickly demonstrate this. I want to actually see how this thing exactly feels. Hold this mic, please. Yep. Guys, let me demonstrate this. So this is right here. It's a little slack, 2-stage, and then that's the wall, and that's it. Now let me show you the reset. And I like this demo unit too. This is pretty cool. And look at the reset. Don't blink. That's it. There is absolutely no travel. Let me check the flat trigger one right here. This is little, just like that. That's it. This is just under 3 pounds, which is crazy. And look at the reset. It's like 0.5 millimeter or less.
Yep.
It's insane, and you can adjust that. You can adjust your reset point or trigger weight.
Yep.
But at this point, it's like right like 2.7-ish pounds. Now these are the adjustable ones, and you have the non-adjustable one that's maybe like 3 pounds, right?
This is around 3 pounds, and this is non-adjustable. So we got a lot of feedback from our customers. They want a simple one for more combat purposes. Easy, simple to use, non-adjustable.
Yep.
Nothing can go wrong.
Yep.
Yeah. So this is just the one to go for if you want a simple one.
Yep. Let me show this one.
Yeah.
Right here.
Sure.
All right. So
It has a little bit more reset way.
Yes.
And a little bit heavier.
for combat purposes. Okay. So this is a little slack, about the same. Pressing on it. It's pretty similar to the other ones, just slightly heavier,
Yep.
maybe more travel, but very little. And right there, and here's the reset. Yeah, so this reset is considered very good, and but when compared to these adjustable ones, they're like, oh, this is pretty long, because this has got no room at all. So that is pretty awesome. I love this thing. So, all right, availability in the United States.
Hopefully soon. We are working on the permits and paperwork to import that into US, and yeah, it should be available in US soon.
All right, perfect. And price point?
We are aiming to compete with the top guns in this industry, so we are aiming for a competitive price.
I mean, I would expect that at German engineering, of course, you can bring it to the US, you're gonna compete with the top guys, not the, That is pretty awesome. I love this drop and trigger from Mac. Now you got something else, and what is that?
So we have our new magnetic CSM. So this is a quick release mount for pistols. And one cool feature of this mount is that you don't have to modify your pistol. It works with a standard one. If it's not optic ready, if you have an old pistol, then this is a perfect one for you.
So this is for Glocks then?
We have it for many different pistols currently.
Okay.
This one is for Glock. So you have one screw, you just loosen it, and you just press the button, you can easily remove it.
Oh, okay, so you remove the rear sight. So you got a Glock, you remove the rear sight, and your Glock is not milled or cut for a red dot. You've got this option. Okay, so go ahead and demonstrate how does that work.
We have two super magnets here, so they will also stick to the slide. And we have this locking mechanism here. You just put it on, just give it a turn. One full rotation is enough, and you have a red dot on your Glock. And you have also backup sights.
That's what I was just gonna get. So we've got rear sights right here, and you can see just like that how that is. And you've got your front sight just in front of it, which I'm gonna go ahead and turn this around and show it to you guys. Just like that. That is actually pretty cool. So all in one unit. If you don't have a red dot, you can just simply get this from Mac, and then this works. But what about the footprint?
Footprint, we have this CSM version, as the M stands for multi.
Okay.
So we have different adapter plates which come in the box in this package.
Okay.
And then you can put these adapter plates. I can also demonstrate it to you. So you just put your adapter plate here.
I
You have
see.
different screw holes. You just put your optic, mount it, and you are good to go.
All right, what about some of those red dot that have like 4 sticking things?
2 is more than enough. We tested for multiple shots, multiple thousands of shots, and it's good enough.
So 2 is doing it pretty good, stays
two
tight.
Is good, good, yeah.
Very good. So you got multiple different footprints.
For
So
Trigicon, Doctor Sight, Seymour, Shield, we have
Okay.
different adapter plates. You can mount pretty much all of the optics in the market.
very good. This is really cool. And so you said you're also working on another version of this.
Yep, we are also working on a combat cut version, which is popular among the top brands currently.
Yeah.
So in this front, we will have a rear sight, and we will include a higher front sight. So yeah, it will be more advantageous for you to easily focus on the iron sights and also your dot and also your target, of course.
Yeah, combat cut is a thing nowadays. Obviously, it's becoming more and more popular. What combat cut is basically exactly that. Your rear sights just in front of the red dot, and your front sight in the same place, just like the Staccato that just released the
that's right.
HDP2.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a thing. So that'll be actually really good. So you give people both options. Really cool. Okay, so.
And also, just to mention it, we also have a acro footprint version.
Oh, as it is, Acro footprint.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because acro footprint has this
different.
dovetail, so it's not like interchangeable, but we have a specific one for it.
Very cool. All right, Jem. So are these available in the United States? Will they be?
They're also coming to US pretty soon.
Okay. And price point?
Price point.
At least in, I guess, Europe, if you can say.
Yeah, in Europe it's around 180 euros, 200 euros, depending on the model, and we'll see about the US price.
Okay. So it's always a little bit different in Europe versus US. That is cool, man. Really appreciate your time. I look forward to actually checking this thing out. It really does give people an option to run red dots without really getting their slides milled, because you got to send it over to get it milled and all that. This is actually pretty cool.
Very easy, you can do it on your home. Just remove the rear sight, put this one on, you have a red dot now.
Yeah, very cool. Well, Jem, thanks a lot. Appreciate your
very
time.
much.
Guys, check out Mac. All right, guys, here we are at Beretta, and I've got Luca here with me. Dude, great seeing you again. And last year, you guys know that Luca talked about the Beretta's all brand new NARP system over here, but you guys haven't seen this one. Now we've got this guy right here. This is the pretty much a little bit updated version adapted by the Italian military. So Luca, tell us all about it, man.
So they had started to adapt this version with this length of the barrel 14.5, but the stock is different. They like, for example, the folding adjustable stock. In this case, we have the classical buffer tube, fixed buffer tube mid-spec stocks.
Theirs is basically foldable, right? Just like the original NARP. And when you deploy it, you can actually adjust the length of it. Okay.
Because maybe you have a male and female, you can adjust the length for the stocks. Depends the different sides of the guys.
Very good. Okay, what else you got on here that's different? So, do you have any other thing that's different?
Another one is the pistol grip. You can see the angle is different than other version. Okay, it's a classical combat angle, and the trigger guard. They asked us the possibility to use a trigger guard, especially for the mountain troops. When you use the big gloves, is it possible to remove and fix in here? We have a spring inside, it fix in here, and you don't have no one problem with your touch when you use it. And inside we improve the precision because they asked us the precision less than 3 MOA at 100 meters, and we improve with the different material here in the barrel and inside this part of the rifle.
Very good. And also black, right? In this color. I mean, the original one you had this, but you guys had the black version. I don't know if you did.
In the original was wolf gray. Now they like black, but for the Italian Tier 1 team, we developed the feather Kurt Cerakote Gen 2. Because for reduce the signature reduction, Gen 2 is ER infrared gun coating.
Oh, very, very good. So now that you've mentioned it, the Tier 1 guys, so you guys are also working for them. for something?
Yeah, they work close to us. They spend maybe 2-3 years with us for improve any part of the rifle. For example, the charge handle is very big because if you have different scopes, red dot like this, the Steyr rather, when you use your hands, you don't hit any part of the scopes. That is why you use a bigger. Yeah.
Gotcha. Very good, guys. Me and Luca actually went deep into this whole new system. He gave us a lot more details. But we did a standalone video. So check that video out if you want to see more details. But at this point, this is going to be it. So Luca, thanks a lot for your time. I'm really excited about this. Hopefully, we get in the United States sometime soon, which you said it's going to be
2028.
Yeah, or 2029. We'll see. But so there's no pricing available, obviously, because of that. There's some weight to it, but maybe we'll go to Beretta factory and actually do a factory tour. Let us know in the comment section if you guys would like us to do that. So, Luca, thanks a lot for your time, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, here we are at Swisseye Tactical N4 Stack 2025, and I've got Mehmet here with me. Mehmet, thanks for having us. And you've got some, well, first of all, a lot of eye protection here, different kinds, obviously helmet, mountain, whatever. And Ukraine military is using your stuff. They're very durable. Tell us about it, man. What are these?
These are tactical eyewear. I developed this part of our company. We started with sports eyewear, founded 1996, and 2012. I had the idea with some friends who are in the German army to make a collection which is nicer than the products which were available at that time in the market. So, and then we found together Swisseye Tactical, and what can I tell you is that we won almost the past 2 years, 3 years, we won almost every tender in Europe. Our biggest customer client at the moment is the Ukrainian army. When the war started, they had nothing. They contacted us and they ordered around 700,000 sets.
700,000 sets of eye protection?
Eye protection to deliver end of November, so in 6 months. Okay. So we changed everything in our production. We hired co-workers. We hired sub companies to support us in the production, and we managed to deliver 700,000 6 months to Ukraine.
Wow, that is fantastic. And we're going to get to a very cool story from Ukraine. But before we get there, so Ukraine military, did they like test these things? Like, what are your...
They are.
Okay, so tell us about that, and then tell us about the materials. Like, what makes this military worthy?
There are to deliver to military law enforcement, you have to fulfill some requirements which are written in specs. So we have in Europe, we have the European norm EN 166, where you have to make a ballistic test, the drop ball test, but also chemical test, anti-fog test, anti-scratch test, and this is done in European labs. The Americans have their own standard. It's called MilPrev, and we passed all of them. Okay. We even have passed also the Steyr. Steyr is the ballistic test from the NATO.
Okay,
so where they shoot from a distance of 10 meters to the eyewear, and then they measure the speed when they penetrate the glasses. So
what caliber?
Caliber is almost 22.
Okay, all right.
It's 0.2.8 grams from a distance of 10 meters.
10 meters. So what is the material on this one that is actually making this ballistic requirements met?
We use for the lenses, it's a ballistic polycarbonate, which we source from Japan, from Toshiba. The frame is also nylon or polycarbonate, PC.
Okay, very well. All right, so let's talk about some of the styles. So you've got, I know you have this that you wanted to show us. That's got some like...
This is not a ballistic test. You can see this is done. This is not done in a lab. This we did by ourselves with a shotgun.
Okay. So what was 10 meters?
From 10 meters, which is 100 feet.
Yeah. That
Is it 100 feet?
Yeah, I think about like maybe 13 yards, something like that, yeah.
I'm not used in yards. So, and this is, we shot with the shotgun.
Okay, no, that's...
With bird ammunition for birds, and you see it's not penetrated, it's even not broken. Otherwise, we would not pass all these specifications from the US military and the norms also from the Germans or the Europeans.
Yeah. So this is obviously very durable. What about the glass clarity? What about, is it like polarized?
Yeah, no. Polarized is not allowed for the military because polarized is removing reflection. And the soldier should see a reflection because then he can see his enemy. Otherwise, and polarized is removing this reflection. It's not durable for military use.
That's, you know what, that's cool. So I didn't know that. So polarized, remove reflection. Hey, I just learned something new. That's really, really cool. And
so we have to also fulfill the optic quality, which is it's an optic class 1. It's the highest quality for the optic for the view. Clarity, exactly, for the clarity. Optic class 1. We have anti-fog inside, permanent coating, which is working, and anti-scratch outside.
This is really, really cool. Okay, so that's the technology behind it. So now let's talk about some of the styles. This is obviously a different lens.
We have 10 to 15 different styles because the heads of human are different. So you have bigger heads, smaller heads, you have bigger noses, smaller noses. And for this we do have a few different styles to match 95 to 98% of the heads, I would say.
Very cool. So you got obviously straight up eyewear, like sunglasses, and
they are all tactical. They are all possible or usable for law enforcement and for any kind of shooting.
Yep. And anybody, even if you're a civilian in the United States and you're shooting. I mean, I always say, Ryan behind the camera, he knows. Ryan and I shoot all the time.
Yeah.
One of the things that I always say at the range, guys, wear eyewear.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wear eye protection. Things come back at you. So if you're watching this, have a little safety demonstration, safety information here. Guys, do not shoot. Even if you're shooting at a paper, do not shoot without an eyewear because your gun can have a malfunction and things can get into your eyes. And this will happen to you only once. You lose an eye or eyes and you're never going to get it back. So be careful. Eye protection is extremely important. You don't want to go cheap on that one. So, Mehmet.
Just a few words to that. I'm in this field since 15 years, and I found this brand 12 years ago. And my argument was all the years, but no one was listening till this war started in Ukraine, when the Russians shelled the cities in Ukraine. The most damages they made were around the eyes from the shrapnels, and that taught all armies in the world that they have to invest also a lot of safety eyewear, because a soldier to be honest, a soldier is a resource. If he loses 2 fingers, I can send him back to the battlefield 3 months later. If he loses his eyelight, he's out, he's gone.
Dude, this is such a good information. I say this all the time. Eye protection. Even on my own personal social media, I tell my viewers, dude, wear eye protection. I see SWAT guys. I see a bunch of people in the field. They just shoot without eye protection. I don't understand. And not just any eye protection. Get something good. Spend the money. How much are your eyes worth?
Absolutely.
You decide. So, all right, and we're gonna get after this. I want to talk about that Ukraine story. But what is this?
This we developed together. The helmet. This is a ballistic helmet from Bush Protective in Germany. It's a German production. We have some. In some countries, same customers, clients, and they asked for a eyewear, a goggle, which they can mount on their helmets, on the rail systems. And we developed, especially for a Norwegian client, we developed this quick release system. So it's mounted on the rail system, on the rail, and it's easy to open with 1 finger.
And how tight is it when it's on there? Is it on there pretty good?
It's on very pretty, very convenient, comfortable to wear, and it's very tight here on the. It's adjustable. I can adjust the strap. I do that one time, and then it's good.
Yeah, so it's on there pretty tight. Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty tight. You can adjust it here from the side, from at the strap. This one comes also with the regular strap, so you if you don't have the rail system, you can use it also with the regular helmet or with the regular strap. Sorry.
Yeah, perfect. All right, can you demonstrate the lens switch real quick? So, this is really cool.
That's also a big issue when you have a goggle and the frame is a soft material and the lens is polycarbonate. It's easy to remove it, but to put it back or to replace it, it takes 10 to 15 minutes. And this we developed specially for this Norwegian client. He asked for a quick change, and I can demonstrate. We have a button here inside. He pushed that button out, and then it opens here. We can take the lens out, and then we can replace the lens again. And you can see it's a question of seconds.
So literally 10 seconds.
10 seconds.
That's very, very, very cool. All right, lastly, I want to show this to folks. All right, you guys see this? Right here, that is an actual shrapnel going into a Ukrainian soldier's glasses. That is from Swisseye Tactical. And this soldier called you guys and said what?
He said, "Thank you very much. You saved my life because the Russians put these flashettes in their artillery bombs, 50 to 70,000, and it did not penetrate. If you see the position of the shrapnel absolutely." Yeah. And he sent us this picture and said, "Thank you very much. You saved my life."
Yeah, that is insane. That's very good. So, Mehmet, I gotta ask you this question: are these two things? I think price and availability in the United States.
Yeah, our prices are very reasonable. The Ukraine one, let me say, comes with 3 lenses, microfiber bag. The lenses have permanent anti-fog, anti-scratch coating. They passed all military standards, and the price is around $50.
$50?
50. 50.
Yeah, 50. That's. I expected more. That's actually that's a very good pricing.
Our prices are between 50 and 120.
That's
in the full set with case, spare lenses, cleaning, pouch, strap.
That's great pricing. Okay, so are you guys available in the United States?
Yes, we have a partner in Cartersville, which is close to Atlanta.
Okay, what's that company?
Sturm. It's called Sturm. It's a daughter company of a German.
Okay.
It's called Sturm Miltech.
Sturm Miltech. Just in case our viewers want to actually purchase some of this, that's great. And obviously, you guys can check out Swisseye Tactical. I'm sure that you'll have the distribution information on there too. All right. And good. You gave me everything I needed. So thanks a lot for your time. Appreciate it, guys.
Thank
check
you
out.
very much for coming.
Yeah. Check out Swisseye Tactical. All right, guys, here we are at Strasser, and we've got Matthias here. Great having you.
Hi, Kaya.
And you've got something really cool. Now, bolt guns are so niche, right? There's obviously sniper aspect to it. It's a PRS shooting, hunting aspect. And there's a lot of companies out there, but yours absolutely stand out to us. That's why we're here. Just tell us all about it.
Okay, we are a company from Austria, Salzburg, and we had the unique idea to build our smooth straight pull action in a footprint of a Remington 700. So that actually means every Remington chassis for the short action is now compatible with our barreled action or our action. Every trigger, every 2-piece scope mount, we use a ramage system here, so that means you have the thread of a Remington and then the counter nut. We use AICS compatible magazines. 3 rounds, 5 rounds, 10 rounds. And on this platform right now, because it's a short action, we have the possibility for 308 Winchester, 6.5 Creedmoor, 6.5 PRC, also 6.5 47 Lapua. We can build your rifles in 300 WSM, for example. And you have the safety on the side.
Okay.
Safe, unsafe, pull the trigger, just open, close, and it goes by itself.
Yeah, that's what I noticed. The very first thing, how smooth this thing is. Yeah.
What is also possible on this platform is now we have a bolt for right-hand shooters, right?
Okay.
You can swap it and change from right hand to left hand, just insert the left hand bolt.
That's
and
it.
what is also possible, this bolt face or bolt head is now for standard group.
Okay.
It's marked with STA, standard. Open here, change the bolt head, use a mini or magnum bolt head,
Yep.
change the barrel, ready to go.
And you're ready to go. So your caliber change is that easy.
Yeah.
Wow, this is really cool. And what I liked about this, guys, it's straight pull, right? And we've seen straight pull bolt action guns. Some of them are good, not so good. This one's a little bit different because, first of all, it's very smooth, but it has this little spring-loaded thing, and then it just like unlocks, just like that. So unlocks, and then it just glides, right? And then when you push it forward, I mean, just like that. It's, you don't have to really force it in any way. It just like goes right there. I love it. So trigger, what is it like? What is it compatible with?
We have here a Timney trigger,
Okay.
the Hunter Elite trigger, so you can adjust it also a little bit. And
right.
it's a very, very good trigger.
See that? And ooh, single action. Just, I mean, it's Timney. Come on, Timney is really, really
can't
good.
go wrong, huh?
All right, so you said you can actually just this Remington 700 action.
Footprint,
You can build people their own rifles. You can change the barrel, whatever.
Exactly.
Go
So
ahead.
we not only selling complete rifles, like we offer 3 different models. A hunting version, it's called the Legend, you know.
Okay.
Then we have the Avatar in green and in black, and we offer the MDT XRS chassis. And we have 3 different rifle profiles.
Okay.
So we have a standard profile, we have a semi-weight, and we have a, like this one, a long-range barrel. And the nice thing is, we also sell just the barreled actions, or to gunsmiths or other people, just the action itself. So you can actually build your own modular, customized rifle.
That is really cool. I'm sure a lot of people are going to be interested in this. And you've got this MDT chassis system that's pretty much proven one of the best out there. And moving on to that bipod, because I love messing around with bipods, and that is your own bipod.
This is our own bipod, and we checked a lot of bipods out of the market and made our own ideas, what is good, what is not so good, and we created one which is very nice to take it on and off. It's made out of aluminum and carbon fiber, and on the 90-degree position it's spring-loaded. So that means you have the optic on, and you can go and aim without moving the feet on the ground. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So when you go forward in the position, then it's stable. When you're in the mountains, you take it back into your shoulder and it's stable. If you don't want or don't need this possibility, you just pull it forward, go on 45 degree, and now it's like
Fixed.
any other. And of course, you can adjust the length of the feet.
Dude, I love that. Ryan, I know you're drooling over there. He loves PRS stuff, and I know we were right before this event at the studio. We were talking about bipods. We were kind of debating, which one is nice and whatever, and he was schooling us about some bipods. This is good. I'm pretty sure he's going to have this on his rifle.
The latest adapter what we brought to the market now is the AK Swiss Rail adapter, especially for the POS guys, you know.
And then that's it. Wow, this is amazing. So do you guys have any availability in the United States?
Yes, we have. We have a base in Alabama, Strasser, USA.
Okay.
So everybody is very welcome to contact Jordan Hunter there.
Okay.
And give us and send us an email or ring us.
That is perfect. And guys, this is all new for N4 Stack 2025. This is not going to be showcased at the IWA event, which is right after this. It was not showcased at SHOT Show. This is the first time that you guys are seeing this here at a show. And when is it going to be available in the United States?
We have some barreled actions already in the United States, and we ship them. So just give the boys a call.
Okay. Well, last question, and I know a lot of people care about this. Pricing.
So you have to remember it's produced in Austria. Everything, every little part what you see comes from our machines. The starting price point is for a complete rifle 3,500 approximately. And depends of the chassis versions and also of the barrel contours. But I think.
So $3,500, and then you can just kind of go up from there, just like anything else, right? And weight-wise, I look at this thing, guys. This is actually very light, sort of nice and light system compared to some really heavy bolt guns out there. And if you're out there hunting, you don't want something heavy on your back, carrying for quite some time. I really like it. I really like the this left-hand ejection port, right? You just switch that up, and you just. That is pretty awesome. Yeah, definitely, guys, check out Strasser, obviously Strasser USA. This thing is available in the United States. If you're interested, give them a call. Matthias, thanks a lot for your time.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. All right, guys, here we are at Varusteleka. That's a Finnish company. My friend Jari over here. Right, Jari, great seeing you, man.
Good to see you.
Absolutely, and you've got some really cool stuff. Obviously, I've known you guys for years. I know what you have. Finally, I get the pleasure to actually interview you officially and check out your products. So tell us what you want to tell us, basically.
Varusteleka, for all the viewers, if you don't know, is a Finnish military and outdoor gear company. We're mainly online players, so we can serve people all around the world. Last year we sold stuff for 98 countries, which is probably half of the civilized world, so to speak. And we do military gear, outdoors gear, serve our customers, both military and law enforcement, and consumers, civilians, with good quality gear, which is done with the kind of Nordic flavor. So all the cold weather stuff is what we take pride on.
Yeah, I got a couple of t-shirts from you and a couple of hats. The good stuff, man.
Yeah, but if you come into Nordics, we can kit you up to survive in minus 20 Celsius.
Speaking of Nordic stuff, and I know we're going to get to products, Finnish Brutality. If you guys haven't heard about it, these guys organize it. Finnish Brutality sounds amazing. I've been trying to get there. I haven't been able to. Hopefully sometime soon. Me and Ryan will come out there.
You definitely should come. This year was special. We had the winter edition, which was held a few weeks ago. So we got the proper winter weather. People needed to ski with the sleds, do all that type of activities while shooting and under physical stress, and it was great fun and people enjoyed. There's a lot of goofy videos around already.
Yeah, I saw a lot of Instagram stories and I was jealous every single time, but hey, next time hopefully I'll make it. But before we talk about any further about the Finnish Brutality, I want to talk about some of the products. I know you said some of the Nordic stuff.
Yeah.
What do you want to talk about?
I would kind of give you a bit of the primer, what it means to have a good cold weather gear.
Okay.
So I kind of showcase few, like people are always like, hey, how do I dress up warm and do I have a loft stuff? That doesn't matter if you don't have the proper underwear. And one Finnish specialty is sexy as f***. Can I say f*** on this? No, probably not. Is the mesh underlayer. So it's a wool mesh.
Okay.
And many of the Nordic countries use this in the militaries, and the trick is that when there is a mesh fabric and that's next to your skin, you create the air pockets, and air is great insulator. And when you layer up on this, you have the insulation, and also if you sweat, the moisture will wick faster from your skin and you are not dying. So this is something which Nordic people know, but I think a wider audience in Europe or US, this looks a bit crazy, when you put it on, but it works. And all the cold weather layering, the base layer is the most important, and that's why we use high quality merino wool to layer it up with either 1, 2, 3 layers of the underwear before going to the combat layer and the loft layer. So the base layer is the key of the cold weather.
Gotcha. So I honestly did not know this whole mesh thing, the air pocket thing. For me, if I want to be warm, I'm just gonna keep layering up thick stuff.
Yeah.
This, I was like, in fact, when you first popped this thing out, I was like, wait, this is a cold gear. This has got holes in it.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so science behind it.
Yeah,
It's
and
pretty cool.
experience, long experience. So that I wanted to bring up, that it's not about the loft, but if you are in an extreme cold, you need, of course, the insulation. And one of the items what we take great pride is the patrol coverall. So this is the garment what we have had in Finnish military quite some time. It's usually issued for long-range reconnaissance patrols and special forces if they need to be static in sniper overwatch or OP. And the trick is that you jump in and it will kind of protect you from the elements. And what is neat in our version, because things has gone forward, is that, oops, that went there. So that we have a dual zipper system in the front. So when you have the plate carrier on, you have your radios on, all the stuff going on, and you need to get the extra warmth, you don't have to take that stuff off. You open the front flap, you can kind of put that to warm your body and groin, and now you still have the access to your radios and everything. So for example, in a situation that you go to the line of departure, you need to wait like some hours before in the cold. You take this from your patrol pack, go inside, you still have your comms, then comes the okay, now we go. It's super easy to take off because it has the full zippers, and that way you maintain your body heat, then you can go do the mission, no problem. So this is something what we developed quite a long time, and it's been quite popular with the units now who work in an extreme cold.
So military, law enforcement people wear this?
Yeah.
Wow.
And also the hunters, reservists. For example, now in a Finnish brutality, many of the people got the extra warmth from this. So
I actually saw. So Finnish brutality was in complete whiteout, right?
Yeah.
All snow. You guys are on that frozen lake, whatever. And some people were walking around with this on, and you legit could not see them. Like you know, they blend in very well.
Yeah.
And the first thing that came to my mind when I saw this, in the United States, the whole northern part of the United States, there's a lot of people who go out there and they hunt in like the snow. This would be perfect. In fact, even in law enforcement, there's some recce missions that some of the SWAT guys that I know do. And
sniper overwatch. This is really great, and that's something what we are really proud of, that we nailed it, modernizing this the traditional gear what we have had in Finnish military.
Wow. So people in the United States, how could they get one of these?
It's quite easy. You just go to our website, Varusteleka, and we deliver all over the world, and especially in the US we have a fairly good delivery rates and solutions. So usually people, if you're living somewhere around the civilization, you get it in 3 days or like 3-4 days. So
wow, 3-4 days from Finland. Straight.
Yes.
Very good. And I see that there's some other colors here too, which is pretty good if you're not in a snowy environment.
Yeah, this is one other Finnish pattern. This is our M05 Frozen. So it's made for that period of year when it's already really cold, but you don't have snow and trees don't have leaves. So that's why it has the grays, more grays and lighter greens than our M05 Woodland.
Wow. Guys, check out Varusteleka. I mean, if there's anything they know cold weather better than anybody else. So definitely check them out. Yari, thanks a lot for your time.
My
man.
pleasure.
All right, here we are at Acheron, and we've got Renato with us. Dude, thanks for having us.
Yeah, sure. Welcome.
Absolutely. And you got some really cool stuff. Brand new release for N4Stack 2025. Tell us about it, man.
Yeah, we do have a flow-through suppressor now. We previously didn't make one, but now we have one too. It's called the LTX. I have one here in the cabinet. It's LTX for low toxicity, because we want to emphasize the toxicity aspect of the things, because the operator of a firearm doesn't really care about the longevity of the gun or all the other aspects, so we don't really focus on that. It is the toxicity that's important for the user. So yeah, that's why we came up with the name LTX.
Okay.
So that's what it looks like. It looks very similar to our conventional suppressors, the ACS we call it. That's just a baffle style suppressor, like what we see here. But we have the vents here, and there's internal geometry that allows for a higher mass flow rate.
Gotcha. So
Yep.
there's, what's the back pressure like, you think?
It is pretty low. It's always difficult to give a real number that is solid and not just a guess, but it's close to zero.
Okay, very, very good.
Yep.
And sound suppression, how's that?
It is a bit lower at the muzzle, so it depends on barrel length and all that, ammunition used. Not all the ammunition burns the same, and especially the unburnt powder that keeps burning in the suppressor. So it depends a lot, but typically the signature reduction, so noise and flash, is a bit lower on a flow style suppressor. Yeah.
So what's the metallurgy on this one?
These are made from 17.4 stainless.
Okay.
Heat treated. Yeah, that's a tubeless design, so they're machined.
Okay.
These
So
are not
3D
printed.
Okay.
No, we do not have a printing machine yet.
Okay.
We are a relatively new company. We only started our own production 4 years ago. So the machines that we have are all pretty new, and they're still in finance.
Okay.
So when the first machines come out of the leasing, then we are going to buy a 3D printer, because we make everything in-house. That is very important for us. We put a lot of value in having control over everything. So the only things we do not make in-house are the springs that we have here and the locking mechanism. And there are some parts that we send for QPQ Tenifer treatment. I think they call it melanite in the US.
Yeah.
So we source that out because it's toxic and we don't want to deal with that. And we don't have the volume to really do it in-house. But we do in-house anodizing, type 3 anodizing, for example. We do that in-house. And we do all the machining, the welding, we do everything in-house. And if you are ever going to see a 3D printed suppressor from us, it's going to be printed in-house.
Gotcha. Very, very well. And speaking of the springs over here, what's the locking mechanisms like, and can you demonstrate that?
Yeah, sure. So this is our own proprietary system. We designed this as a suppressor mount. That's not a flash hider that was then used to attach a suppressor later on. It is a suppressor mount that has an integrated muzzle brake or a flash hider. So mounting of the suppressor was the most important thing for us. So we have a taper here. This is similar to other systems that are on the market in the US. We have a taper here, and then we have 6 locking lugs here, which is why we call it Hexalog. Like the Trilog that we know from the HK MP5, but this is Hexalog. We have 6 lugs. Other than that, it's different than what we are used from the MP5. But you just get it on here, and then it's left-hand thread, so it tightens counterclockwise.
Which is good. Very
Yeah.
good, yeah.
The idea behind that is if the suppressor were to get stuck at some point, which it typically doesn't, but if you never take it off for, I don't know, thousands of rounds, then it can get stuck. And if you have to apply a lot of force, then you're not unscrewing your muzzle device from the barrel, and then it's still stuck in the suppressor. So, yeah, that's why it's left-hand thread. And these suppressors are currently not hub compatible.
Okay.
Because in Europe there's not too many hub compatible things on the market, so there's not as many suppressors that come without a mount, and there's not as many mounts as in the US. So the hub adapters are just becoming more popular now, and we're probably going to switch over at some point, at least for civilian sales. For law enforcement and military, we are still going to just weld them in because it's lighter weight, it's stronger, and it doesn't. The modularity doesn't matter for a military buyer.
Speaking of law enforcement military, do you have any contracts anywhere?
Yeah, so in Switzerland we are pretty successful on the law enforcement market. We just won another project last week. We are typically working with LMT, or LMT is working with us through their Swiss distributor. That's the company Swisslocks. They sell LMT on the Swiss and European market. And typically, if a LMT rifle is in a law enforcement project in Switzerland, there's our suppressor on it. And quite a few law enforcement agencies now use our suppressors with LMT rifles, and that's been working amazingly. And there's also some projects in other countries that we know of, because sometimes it's a dealer of ours that handles a smaller law enforcement or secret service project, stuff like that, and then we might not even know about it, but there's some projects that we know about, and so it's all over Europe. There's some contracts. Yeah,
that's very good. So speaking of that, are these available in the United States?
Sadly, they're not, because of the NFA that you have in place. Because suppressors cannot be imported without a government end user. So we could ship to the US, that's not a problem. But the US is the problem in that.
Yeah, so the NFA once again strikes us down. So hopefully that certain things change on that, and let us know your thoughts on the comment section about the NFA specifically. Anyways, moving on from there, and obviously you got some other stuff over here, but lastly, pricing. Are you able to talk about that?
Yeah, absolutely. So our regular suppressors for assault rifles like the ACS or the LTX, now these run in Switzerland with 8% VAT. In some other European countries there's 20 and 25% VAT, so there's more expensive there. But in Switzerland, a regular ACS runs at about $900.
Okay.
So Swiss francs, but the dollar is similar. So
like 1 to 1 almost.
Yeah, almost like that. So
okay. Not bad, very, very good. I love it, and I like the locking system, which is really cool. And obviously you got something different over here. We got this awesome muzzle device. Looks like a 50 caliber, and you've got this giant thing that's more like me, suppressor here. So tell us about it, man.
Yeah, so that's the ELR for extreme long range. That's the suppressor that we make for the 50, and for bolt action or semi-auto sniper rifles. It's not for machine guns.
Yeah.
We also make this in 375 and 408 for the Shytax. But this is the 50. It's the longest one in the family. And it's by far the lightest weight 50 cal suppressor that we are aware of. It's 800 grams. I'm not sure what that is in your units, but
I don't either.
Yeah, it's less than a kilo.
Yeah.
So probably a bit more than 1.5 pounds.
Yeah,
around there. It's amazingly light.
12 oranges. I love it.
You can calculate it in editing and then put it somewhere on the screen.
We will. I like the 12 oranges.
Grams. Yeah.
This is actually very light.
Yeah,
this is seriously very light.
From grade 5 titanium, and it's also the tubeless design where all the baffles are welded onto each other.
Yep, I see. And this is not just your regular flow through, it's none of that stuff.
No, that's for bolt action rifles. You wouldn't benefit anything. And that's, as you already said, that's the muzzle brake for it. It's a pretty small muzzle brake for a 50 cal, so it's probably not the most effective brake, but it's the best brake that can install a suppressor. So it's the same system as what we saw here, it's just bigger.
Gotcha. So when people get your suppressors, they also need to get your muzzle devices as well, right? So they work together.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Well, and you've got one more thing I want to talk about, and it's this thing, right?
Two more things, actually. we have a suppressor that attaches to the A2 flash hider.
Okay, that's a very good one. Okay, now I see that.
Yeah,
there it
that's
is,
interesting, I
A2.
thought.
Yes, I think this is very good. Yeah.
So I think that's the only suppressor that attaches to the A2 flash hider that is one-hand operated in mounting and removing.
I want to see that.
Yeah, we have this gate here that's spring-loaded. So there's a button. If I push it, the gate opens. And then where the wrench flats are, the gate can close like that. Okay. So it's snapped under the push button here. And then I just tighten it down. Also left-hand direction.
Yeah.
And the button is locked. So as soon as the mechanism is tightened even one click, the button is locked so the gate cannot open. So if you were to bump the rifle against the door frame or stuff like that and hit this button on accident, it cannot release the suppressor. So it's pretty locked.
I love it.
It tightens down axially. It clamps on the flash hider.
No, that's really cool. And how do you take it off with one hand?
The other way around. I just unscrew it until it reaches a hard stop here.
Yeah.
And then I push the button, the gate opens, and I can take it off.
Dude, I love it. That is actually super cool. That is one of the easiest.
It's very fidgety, so you can do that all day.
And relieve stress.
Yeah, stress and pain.
And pain, yeah. I need to relieve stress here at N4Stack this year.
I should probably stop doing that.
Yeah. That's awesome, dude. I love that. So I'm glad you demonstrated that because, you know, maybe not everybody wants a proprietary muzzle device, and A2s are everywhere.
Yeah,
so
especially in militaries where they still need to attach a bayonet, or they still want to use their blank firing devices that they have that attaches to the A2. They do not want to change that because then they have to get new blank firing devices as well. And the logistics nightmare of changing muzzle devices on all the rifles. So yeah, that's why we came up with that. We're not really a fan of attaching suppressors to the A2 because it was never meant to do that.
But dude, they're everywhere.
Yeah,
like military,
they're everywhere.
law enforcement, it just makes sense. And coming up with something like this, I love it. I sincerely think this is really, really cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, very, very cool. So you got this little cool thing.
Yeah, so that's not a suppressor. That doesn't really fit in our portfolio actually. But we're in Switzerland, so the SIG 550 and all its variants like the 551, 552, or now 553. Now is a bit the wrong word. It's been the 553 for 2 decades or so. But still, these rifles are very common in Switzerland, and people love them, and people own a lot of these. So we came up with a handguard that attaches to the gun without any wiggle. So there's other handguards, like aluminum handguards, quad rails and whatnot for these rifles, but because there's no good attachment points, the handguards typically have a little bit of wiggle. And then if you add a laser here or a night vision device or stuff like that, and you have a foregrip, for example, and you push or pull a bit, then the laser is not going to retain zero. And our handguard is a two-piece design, like the original. You install the top piece, then you add the bottom piece. It's super tightly machined. These snap together like that. And then we have this tensioning lever here. That's like an eccentric cam that if you close the lever, the handguard will clamp to the barrel. And then it's super tight, no wiggle at all. And then when you reinstall the lower, the front pivot pin goes through here, so the lever can't open. And yeah, we make these in 3 different sizes for the 550, the 551, and the 553. So that's the shortest one, 553. We also make it in different rail heights for different receiver types that have the welded-on rail, or like on the Swiss military rifle, the 550 with the diopter sights, you can install a top rail that's clamp on to the receiver, like B&T makes one, for example. And then we make a special variant of the handguard that has the rail at the exact height to match the clamp-on rail on these types of receivers.
That's really cool, man. So this is obviously available here in Switzerland and Europe.
Yeah.
For us.
We could. send these to the US. So far, we haven't been successful in finding a good distributor in the US. But if you are one, you can send us an email, and then we'll get you sorted.
Dude, that's awesome. Guys, definitely check him out. You know, that's the company right there, Acheron. And Renato, thanks a lot for your time. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you.
And enjoy the rest of the show.
Thank you. All right, guys, we're at FN's booth, and we've got something kind of new. And I apologize for my voice, just losing my voice. Some little sore throat, sorry about that. But look at this thing. Pretty much, not all new, but it is new to me, new to Ryan, definitely new in the United States. The FN Hyper. This is the FD version, not cut for a dot, obviously regular sights. And we've got the little bit more tactical version, you know, Strasser sights or just co-witness sights, cut for a dot. The dot is, that's going to be for RMR cut, but obviously you'll have your plates, adapter plates like the Acheron on top of here. And this thing's actually pretty cool. I've not seen this, and I know it's been out for a little bit, but specifically for military and police here in Europe. So it definitely doesn't exist in the United States for sure. And this thing is really cool. So it has, how do I say? Like as I talked about the sights, but it has some qualities or features that we don't really see on your regular polymer frame striker fire guns. Number one, fully ambidextrous. Magazine release, slide stop release on both sides. You don't have, it's not swappable or anything like that. Not one of those hybrid systems. It is actually fully ambidextrous. And check this out. The slide stop lever is all the way back here, which we don't normally see. Generally somewhere around here, pretty much on most handguns out there. But this is all the way back here. And when I asked FN about this, FN told me that they actually put this thing back here for a very, very easy slide release, which I'm going to demonstrate real quick. It is basically just this. Like you can left-handed or right-handed, it doesn't matter. It is basically just, you're holding it, you don't change your grip at all, it is super easy. It just feels right, okay? That's it, and fully ambidextrous, right? Both sides. And back here, we've got this little extra plate for you to kind of extra grip, I guess, for you to rack the slide. Again, the full details, guys, we released a standalone video on this thing. I'm just going into full details about this. Definitely check that video out to learn more about this. But overall, pretty cool, you know, this little extra piece right there. Mag release button, if you look at it, it is not your little press button, guys. It is, it's pretty cool. Just grab it, and I'm gonna show it right here so it doesn't drop. That's it. That is super cool. And a trigger safety, even though this doesn't look like it has a trigger safety, if you press the top part, well, it doesn't go back. It looks like it's on safe. If you press the bottom part, it kind of, do you see that? It kind of rotates. So the top part doesn't, bottom part rotates, and then you have nice and crisp trigger activation right there. That is pretty cool, and you know, I like it overall, but I want to shoot this thing, see how this thing feels. But overall, it's pretty cool and requested by the German government. That's why FN made this. Not available in the United States. We don't know any pricing about it, but perhaps sometime later this year, it'll be available in the United States, so definitely stay tuned for that. And that's it, guys. That is pretty much all we have here at FN. They've got some other guns over here, but definitely check out the last year's N4 Stack coverage, which we have talked about pretty much everything that we see here. This is the only new stuff. So, all right, guys, it was a great 3 days for us. Obviously a little bit stressful, too much restrictions for us, but it is what it is. We made it work. I hope you guys enjoyed this content. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section. Here we are going to be moving over to the IWA show, a show that we love. Shout out to George, who organized this event, a great friend of us, and you know what, treated us Classic Firearms with utmost respect. So for that, we appreciate them, and we love IWA for that. So we're gonna get out there, we're gonna have no restrictions on filming in the hallways and all over the place, and have a good time and create some great content for you guys. Got my coffee, got my mic, let's do this.